everyone. My name is Rachel.
And I'm Linda.
And we are Truth,
Trust, and Transformation.
So we are here to just share our life and share our experiences and our journey to where we are now. Like, I'm a 50-year-old female.
57-year-old female.
And just like trying to figure out navigating life in this world that's a little bit different than from when we grew up, and we're just here to share our journey. So today we're going to talk about like our daily practices, like kind of mind, body, soul, what we do most days, if not every day, and what that looks like incorporating it into like our daily life, our daily routine. So I know you're much more structured than I am when it comes to like your practices and the things that you do every day and your routine, where I'm a little like, oh my God, I need to do this, I still need to meditate, I need to work out. So I'm kind of like not as organized. So
well,
how do you start your day?
7 years, you know, probably by the time you catch up to me. So how I start my day, and some of this is going to be, I'm a little apprehensive telling you that, okay, I wake up to a clock alarm that is set to NPR. And so I usually hit the snooze button 3 times. So by the time I'm waking up, I do these stretches. I have pretty bad plantar fasciitis. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and fibromyalgia. So if I don't stretch in bed before I get up, I can't walk very well. So I listen to some of the headlines while I do all these like happy baby and the alphabet in the air with my feet. And I do all these things. I even stretch out my hands a little bit and do hand exercises. And so I don't like that I take that news hit first thing, but I do want to stay informed, and it's the only time that I have to listen. And if I don't, sometimes the stretches don't get done. It's like just something to keep me occupied. So I have switched. I used to drink coffee first thing. I was dependent on it, but in the summer when I'm not working as much, I switched to, like, I come downstairs, I let the dog out because he's old and he barely makes it through the night. I do apple cider vinegar with lemon, and I make a tea out of it with hot water. And I also heat up these rice bags in the microwave. Mm-hmm. And then I come back upstairs, and we're in my meditation room right now. And I sit, I'm on my heat bags. I've got my feet on a little like Himalayan pink salt detox thing.
Like a salt rock?
A salt rock. Mm-hmm. And I have several gratitude partners. So I, type into my phone 10 things I'm grateful for, and I send them to 3 people. I have an energy medicine practice called Body Talk Access, which is a brain balance switching, which uses the K9 or K29. I can't remember what they're called. I've been doing it for so long. Hydration, immune system, and then reciprocals, where it just balances your whole body, essentially. And then I do what I call journaling or morning pages, where I just write and write and write. And sometimes that turns into two-way prayer, which is like a power greater than myself or whatever guides talk to me, and I'm writing down what they're saying. Then I have meditation books that I read out of. The one that I just started now is for people who do too much, because I do too much and I get really geared up. And so I'm reading that to just, I don't know, treat that thing in my life. I have a Taoist meditation book. I have a bunch of recovery things. And then I go downstairs, have a shot of espresso, and then I do my yoga practice. And then I do a lot.
So how would you say, so you wake up typically at what time?
Alarm goes up at 5:30. I usually start stretching my feet at 6.
Okay, and then up to this point, like what time is it? You've done all this stuff, and about what time
all of that stuff, it's about 7:30, and then I go down, and then I do my yoga practice, and I do all my peptides. I mean, the medical shit I do is insane. Okay. So I do all of that stuff. I do my yoga because I don't want to walk without having prepared my body. I put arnica all over my feet. I put on my compression socks, and put my orthotic insoles into my tactical men's Merrell wide boots, because obviously my feet are a mess. And I take my dog and we walk through my neighbor's garden, which is beautiful, and it has a waterfall, and that gets him ready because he's 15 to hop in the car. And then I go to the woods and I walk for 40 minutes to an hour, and I have logs that I lay on. I do yoga on logs to open up my chest. It's like so good. And when I don't do it, I don't feel good. Like, it shifts my energy. It opens up my chest and my hips. And I have trees that I hug. I have trees that I sit with. I have people and dogs that I see. And then I come home and I start hitting it. I start doing work, businessy work. So that is my morning practice. In the evening, I teach until nearly 8 o'clock. And once or twice a week, I'll take a salt bath. I usually use CBD and a little bit of THC to just kind of wind myself down, because I go to bed pretty quickly after I teach, because I just have to. And that's kind of how I unwind. Sometimes I do the same yoga practice, and I also roll on balls and rollers and massage gun to just sort of unwind my body from the day. Intermittently, I forgot to say this, I have all these breathing and aligning practices that I've developed that combine like Pilates, yoga, Alexander technique, all of this stuff, and breathing. And intermittently through the day, I will do those to reset my body and to unwind the tension as it happens. And I'm always minding like my posture and my body mechanics, because it's so easy for me to injure myself. It's ridiculous. So that's essentially it. Sorry, that's so much.
No.
It feels like so much. But if I take any one of those things out, I'm not okay.
So you're usually in bed by what time?
Sometimes 8:30, 9. I read in bed too. I read novels. I love reading. And I want to read. I want to read spiritual things, and it's not like I haven't read them. And I want to read informational things, but with the work that I do, I just don't have the brain for it. I used to be married to someone who had a PhD in psychology, and he'd read all the books and then tell me what they said, and I liked that about him.
Yeah.
There was just some other things that weren't so good.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about your sporadic crazy.
Oh my gosh. So
stuff.
I am not nearly as what's the word, ritualistic. So I still work, I work in an office that's like an hour commute. So I'm also I have an alarm set, and I probably hit snooze 5 times before I finally get out of bed. The first thing that I do is I drink a glass of room temperature water, take my supplements, do my peptides as well if I'm doing a peptide cycle, and then hurry up and take a shower and out the door within a half hour. So usually the night before, I meal prep. So I eat a meat-based diet, keto-ish type diet, and so I always try to meal prep. And so I'll grab my lunch and then I'm out the door. So what I do is I listen to either Joe Dispenza, or I listen to some kind of affirmations on my way to work. So that's an hour commute. So that's the first thing I do. I try not to turn on any YouTube, no scrolling through my phone, none of that until I get to work. And then I typically have to be to work at 9:30. And then throughout the day, I think the big thing for me, I just I'm always thankful for the job that I have, what I get to do every day, because I truly love my job. And I just try to stay in the present moment. I try not to be okay, I need to do these 10 million things. So I'm always thinking about what I need to do. So I really just try to stay present. And that's been a huge thing for me, is being in the present moment, because I have a tendency to be a workaholic because I work full time, and then I also have a side business where I coach people, teach them nutrition, teach them dietary things, supplements. I do consultations and stuff. So just being mindful and being in the present moment. I actually just went through and I read the Sophia Code. And so I really every day try to I'm re-listening to it now. I listen to like a half a chapter like on my way home, and just really being present and paying attention to what I've like unlocked as far as doing the Sophia Code, because it's like unlocking your DNA, and it's all the Sophia codes, and working with the goddesses like Isis and Green Taro and Sophia Dragon Tribe. So I just really try to always like be present and say, okay, what is meant for me today? Like keep me open and keep me present so I can do what I'm supposed to do. So I'm trying to follow like my calling.
Sort of like that next right thing, follow it.
Right, absolutely.
Intuition.
Exactly. And that's something I'm really trying to hone in on, is like not doubting that I have intuitive abilities, because I always like doubt that part of me. I always like look to other people who I know that are intuitive to kind of confirm. I feel like I still need confirmation. And so I don't know, I try to stay present throughout my day. I'm usually off work about 5 or 6. Sometimes I have a client to go see after work, and that's usually about 2 hours. And then when I get home, what I do is like I hurry up and I go to the gym. And then lately what I've been doing that has been very, very good for me is I've been doing the Joe Dispenza meditation, changing boxes. And so I came from a place where meditating was very hard for me. Like, you know, as soon as you close your eyes and then you're sitting there and you're trying to get in the space where like you just blank out your mind, it's like, oh my God, like what's that noise? Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. Like just, you know, the racing thoughts. And it's like truly a skill that you learn to be able to quiet your mind and meditate. So I'm actually doing his hour-long meditation, and I probably do it like 5 nights a week, which has been huge for me. So I just throw on some headphones, I put on an eye mask, and I literally just try to zone out and just be in that moment. And that's something I've been doing every day. As far as like supplements and stuff, I take things here and there. It just depends on like what I'm doing in the gym. I'm really focused on building muscle now, especially being the age that we are. It's important for us to build muscle so that our bones stay strong. And I want to be, you know, 70 and 80 years old and still be able to function. Like I want functionality. Yes. I don't want to retire and just have no energy to live life. I still want to be able to like be in the moment where I can move and I can live life. And then I'm an 8 hours a night sleeper. 9 hours is great. Like hence the always hitting snooze. So I try to be in bed by 10. And then like I said, I don't have to be to work till like 9:30 typically. So I don't know. I should probably get up earlier in the morning. I wish I could get up at like 6 a.m. like you do.
Well, I think, can I add a few things?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, said PhD psychologist was the person who got me in a regular practice because he did it. And so we did it together. And I had been sporadic until then. And now it's just so ingrained that it's like, and I know how important it is that I don't miss it. And the other thing that I do like midday is I have this Sarah massage bed. And I lay on that for an hour. It's like a recharge, and it unwinds things and it takes my inflammation down. But I listen to podcasts while I'm on that. And that's super helpful because then I'm like, otherwise, if there's anything going on, my brain's going to be prattling. And so it gives me an opportunity to put something positive learning into my brain while I'm laying there. And yes, I work out too. And I have, like, I'm religious about that as well, because even with the conditions that I have, if I'm even late for a workout, I'm in pain. And things just start falling apart. So yeah, the working out is, but I love working out.
Me too.
I mean, I'm a weirdo that way. Like, I hate dealing with the food, although this summer, My dog has had Lyme disease and is having renal issues, and my gut is a mess. It's been a mess. And so I've been doing all this cooking, and it's like so nurturing to cook.
Yeah, oh, I love to cook.
But with my schedule, because I teach, I have an hour for dinner. And back in the day, I used to give myself 15 minutes. And I would just like slurp down like
whatever,
some protein drink, and I can't live like that anymore. No way. But the cooking and the eating, I don't know, it's just, and when you eat really well, food tastes so amazing. Like just green beans with olive oil tastes, I don't know. I'm really grateful that I decided to take the time to do that and not run around this summer, because I'm hoping to sustain it. You know, that's my aim. Anyway, so those are our sort of daily routines.
I feel like you have a great daily routine. I feel like I'm just kind of like,
well, but
there are certain things that I do no matter what, like the meditating and working out, but I'm just, you know, I want to be that, get up at 6 a.m. in the morning and go to the gym before work and be that girl, but I don't know, it's just.
Well, if a time comes when that's right for you, it'll happen. I feel like, it's like I used to say, and this is another topic, so forgive me, but, you know, I've become a very strong person, and I've had to become strong because my people weren't my people, and they left me high and dry. And it was like, I'm either going to swim or I'm going to sink. And so I swim. And as far as like the way that my mind works and my propensity for anxiety and depression and the way that my body works, I don't want to know what it's going to happen if I don't do these things. And so, and I'm not saying that I do them out of fear. I do them out of respect for my reality. And I also enjoy it. I like having a centered mind and an open body. The other thing that I love about my teaching is that when I start teaching, everything disappears except me and that person and that music or that whatever, and that is so grounding for me, and it takes the focus off myself, because I have so much stuff I have to do for myself, and all of the things that I've learned, I'm able to pass that on
and pour into someone else.
Yeah, and to watch them grow like that, that's a whole nother. I'm so excited about this podcast. I hope people like it.
Yeah. So that's just a glimpse into our daily life. We are going to like dive into different topics and stuff and kind of go from there. Just try to get you acquainted with like who we are and like how our thought process works and the things that we do and the things that we believe in. I think is important, because we all know it's like mind, body, soul, and it has to be all three to be like complete. Like,
I agree.
They all work together, like your diet, how you move your body, your spiritual practice, your friendships, the things that you do that you love. It's like, it's all important, because most things could be good, but if you have that one thing that's off.
Yeah, it's like the wheel. Like if you've got that pie of your life, and these are your relationships, your work, your health, and one part of it's flat, the wheel's gonna, have a little hitch in its giddy up.
Oh, absolutely. And like I can say for myself, like for so many years, everything was like perfect. Like everything as far as like my job, my career, my relationship with my kids, my friendships, all of those things were great, but my relationship was hell.
Yeah.
So, and that would be always say like, all these things are so good. I just need that one person. I need like a significant other to be like all these things. And that's the one thing that I was missing for so long. And now that I have that, I truly feel like I have a complete circle.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that I feel like I pretty much have a complete circle, even though I don't have that. Because I get those needs met elsewhere, in friendships and things like that. So
I think we've learned, I think my biggest learning experience has been like, it's okay to be selfish, because if you're not selfish and you don't pour into you first, you can't pour into anybody else. So growing up with the perspective that I always had to give to everybody else and never pour into myself, like that was, I really suffered. And so when I started being what they call selfish, which I feel like it's really not selfish, but when I put myself first, everything else fell into place. And there was no guilt. And you know, sometimes you have guilt.
Oh yeah. No, that's a whole process. That would be a whole nother topic. Yeah. And the other thing that I want to say is everybody finds their own path. But we can't find our path without looking at other people's paths and cherry picking and trying things. What's going to work for me, you know, and I try to still keep an open mind, even though I have a pretty strong, like, this is what works for me. But like I said, with the meditation books, you know, like the Taoist book, I'm on my second year reading it, and it's like, I've integrated this. Like, I'm starting to get impatient when I read it, because I'm like, I already got this, and so I need to have something else for what I'm currently working on, although overwork is something
you do too.
I'm always working on that.
Right.
And I also realized that when I was drinking caffeine, I was, oh my God, I would jack myself up, and then I'd be like, I gotta burn off this buzz. You know, and I do that, and then I crash, and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I need more. And, you know, I'm not saying that that's not going to happen when I start full time again. I might end up having to do that just to survive it, but it's really amazing to take something out that is potentially problematic and then realizing, you know, just like a bad relationship. I mean, you don't know how bad it was until you've had space away from it. Not even it being over, but the space. It's amazing. Life is amazing.
Absolutely.
I'm glad to share it with you.
Absolutely. So thanks for tuning in.
Truth, trust, and transformation. That's what we're about. We hope you're about it too.
Absolutely. And please comment, like, and subscribe. Share with others if you feel like our information could help people. Again, I just want to put in a disclaimer. I am in the medical profession, but we're not giving medical advice. This is truly just our experience, the things that we do as we get, you know, talking more about like diet and nutrition and supplements. And so this is just our experience. This is what we do. We're not trying to tell you what to do. We just want to share like our life and our experience with you. So
and
have a good day. Yes, absolutely. Yes.